It's time for Mike Mayo's Lunchbox. Find out what's being served with Mike, Defo, and Lubie, the only show that covers food, sports, and the proper maintenance of your car. And now, a man who had the distinction of having an entire health clinic named in his honor, Mike Mayo.
I want the flim-flam sauce with the awesome fave, with shafafa on the side.
Hey, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to another Friday Fun Day edition of Mike Mayo's Lunchbox. With a split screen today, we've got Defo and Lubie at 10 Palms at Gulfstream Park, and me, I am still stuck in COVID hell quarantine. I was hacking all night. I'm not coughing during the day. The sore throat is getting worse, and all of a sudden this morning when I was rolling on my deodorant after a shower, I noticed I had no sense of smell because the deodorant smelled like nothing. So this is not a good thing. However, I still have my sense of taste because I just gulped a big dose of Robitussin. And Defo, I don't know how you feel about Robitussin. It's weird because it is disgusting tasting. I admit that, but I like it.
It's a little strange.
That's
not
weird.
Surprising.
Of course you do.
So I put it right up there with Skyline Chili.
Yeah, I was going to say,
I mean,
it's not for flavor.
Why don't you just have some Skyline Chili and have the same taste? Robitussin is a cure for everything, right? Wasn't that the big joke? Some island comedian was like,
no, Eddie Murphy.
Robitussin.
Yeah, Tussin. Eddie Murphy, his mom would tell him, just take some Tussin. That's it.
It works. I guess. I don't know. I mean, I'm not a big fan of cough medicine at this stage of my life.
I am.
Well, but you're a hypochondriac, and it's not surprising. I hate to say this, but that you contracted something because you worry about it more than anybody.
No,
no one has tested more times for COVID than you have.
100%.
You probably personally keep Pfizer in business with the tests. I'm what? Over the last few years we've been doing the show, how many times has Mayo tested?
It's been a while now, but I mean, for a while there, any time he had any physical feeling of any kind, he COVID tested, and it was always negative.
A pigeon would take a crap over the lake here at Gulfstream and go, "Oh, I might have COVID." I bet.
Well, aren't you happy that I actually took a test?
I am very happy. Yes,
at the behest of my daughter, who
because sitting up Wednesday and Friday would not have been great with the pregnant lady at home.
Yeah, we don't need this.
He was in his 70s and he's actually doing well.
Right. I mean, I'm trying to still, even though we live in a society where it seems like things are coming apart, I still believe in the concept of, being community minded, and I don't want to start infecting people like, who are a little bit older, or people who are cohabitating with pregnant wives. And so I did take the test this time, and you'll be lucky to know that I have not taken a repeat follow-up test because there's really no reason to. I'm not going anywhere.
You got it.
Well, you still have it.
You got it.
Your symptoms are getting worse.
And but as far as well, here we go. I'm drinking my hot tea today. Overnight, the cough was really bad. Yeah. The sore throat got worse. And again, this is what I read.
Are you betting horses?
I was going to say, you have to be.
Well, you have to be punching. Last night was great.
Degenerating.
I happened to be home in the evening, and I had some issues going on with my dog. So I get home late, and I'm looking at 9 o'clock on TV. There's Churchill Downs, Woodbine. I mean, they're all still running. So you must have had a pretty good smorgasbord of degeneracy going for you last night.
No, this is how ill I'm feeling. I didn't even realize that there was any horses going on. That Churchill Downs opened their fall meet yesterday. But I did
own the horse that was running in the 7th race. Unfortunately, it didn't fare very well, but I was rooting for her.
I'm glad that
eyeball Tappet something, a Tappet disciple, obviously. Our offspring, and it was pretty exciting.
Well, I am going to get into the degenerate spirit today after the show because usually I'm up there at Gulfstream and might throw a few shekels on a couple of races around the country. But now, right when the show is over, I'm going to just go climb back into bed, put on TVG or whatever they call it now, FanDuel TV, and we've got the opening of the Belmont Aqueduct meet. They're still over at the Big A until the Belmont renovations are done. I don't even know when they're going to be done.
A year from now.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. That's not
1
so
year
bad.
from now.
I guess
And
that's
then
okay.
we've got Churchill Downs back in the swing of things until we get back to Keeneland in a few weeks. And of course, we've got the fall season of racing underway at Gulfstream Park. And I understand that on Sunday there is going to be a big Rainbow Six mandatory jackpot giveaway.
Always good.
And they're estimating the prize pool to be in the neighborhood of $1.2 to $1.5 million. And that's a 20-cent incremental bet. So that'll give us something to look forward to over the weekend. I'll be maybe throwing a couple of bucks into that pool and try to take home that on Sunday, because let's face it, this Sunday, it's no longer a time of optimism for our Miami Dolphins. And after what we saw last week, it's does anybody have any thoughts?
For a while. Well, I mean, this Patriot team struggled just as much as the Dolphins. So at least they're at home. It's September heat, blah, blah, blah. Tua, they had it. You guys, okay, I don't understand when they're like, oh, we had a team meeting. Like, you guys cover the sports world way closer than I did. Like, I laugh at that. Like, what does that mean? Like, I don't. So what were you doing all week? Like, I don't get it. What were you doing the last week? Like, these coaches are paid millions to motivate you. You're openly saying, yeah, we don't need them. We're going to do it ourselves. Like, I don't like, did you ever raise an eyebrow? Like, I feel like Shula's days, they weren't like doing team meetings. Like, it feels weird whenever, especially professionals, college, okay, but professionals, like, that feels so weird when professionals have to have a player's own meeting. And it's like, guys, like, what are they paying the coaches then if you need to do it yourself without the coaches?
Maybe they realize the coaches are incompetent.
That's sort of what I'm getting at.
It's kind of like, when they realize the captain of the ship is falling overboard, and it's like, oh man, I guess we better take matters into our own hands. Now, I don't know. I mean, look, at Defo and I, we're veterans of the racetrack, and there are certain things known as throwout races. Sometimes a horse just gets clobbered and, finishes up the track, and then the next time out, he'll come back and win. So I don't discount that possibility this weekend with the Dolphins having their home opener against what looks to be an inferior divisional rival in the Patriots that are rebuilding. But after what we saw in that first week, which was, not just mistakes and interceptions and turnovers, but the lack of total discipline, cohesion, mistakes, mental errors, penalties, too many men on the field. And that falls squarely at the shoulders of one Geek Squad guy, Miami cocaine dealer, Mike McDaniel. Which is he? Is he gangster or is he geek? And now he's an easy punching bag. And of course, the real punching bag is Greer, because we knew what the holes were going into the season. Just like last season, we knew they needed a backup quarterback. And here we are. It's I can't get worked up over this. I gotta just take a sip of tea.
Yeah. So look, I mean, I don't know if the word you get excited over two bad teams that are fighting for a top 5 pick, but it feels like this is the last week for a while that as a Dolphin fan, you can really feel a win. I mean, they always play the Patriots well. They always play the Patriots well at home. All the things that troubled you last weekend, you hope you worked on this week and all that. Like, I think this weekend they should get a win. I don't know how many on that. Like, if we were doing the Segredo, I don't know how many wins I would be giving the Miami Dolphins this season looking at that first game.
No, and I'm still shocked that Chris Perkins, who could not make it out to the track today, was hoping to squeeze us in the schedule, but Chris Perkins, who was on your Defo show earlier this week, Jeff, but he's still sticking to his guns of his preseason prediction of 9, and I was like, I want some of what he's smoking, because it just doesn't make any sense to me based on what I've seen. And now I'm even scratching my head, like, they got rid of Mostert, right? Like, and I don't know why, because if you're saying that we need to be more physical and tougher up front, why do you get rid of the big bruising running back who was able to get those tough yards? And what was it, 2 seasons ago? He had like 19 touchdowns.
I mean, touchdowns.
And now you've got all finesse and a little guy who's going to be darting around. And I just don't see him being an every down running back. And, my sports writing days are over. I am very happy that I went into this season being a full-fledged Dolphin hater, and saying that I am now actively rooting against them for various reasons, and now we see why. And and we can turn it on its head that if you go in expecting the worst, and if you go in actually getting cheered up by losses, then this is going to be a very happy season for them.
There you go.
Which is kind of sick. Yesterday, we were all over, obviously, the news of the day and the politics and the anniversary of 9/11. And today, we're going to disappoint all the food lovers out there because we're going heavy on the sports. And as I guess people are noting on the chat line, the Mets look like they're done. Did they lose again? Did they blow a game to the Phillies, or did they win last night? What happened?
Swept by the Phillies.
Oh, geez, they really were swept.
Oh, God. So, in other words, I have to pony up and buy a bottle of Michter's Rye for our man Luke. And he was conceding defeat just a month ago when the Yankees got swept by the Marlins. He was like, that's it. I'm done. At that point, the Mets were up on the Yankees, I think, 6 games. And I was like, don't ever discount the possibility of the Mets collapsing, because that's what they do. And that's what they've done for the last 4 months. Just miserable baseball. How's that Soto deal looking now?
He's played well. He's an MVP candidate. Sadly, the rest of the team has.
And I see Todd Cusato's on the chat line. He said that after fall of 26 next year, Aqueduct is done. Does that mean they're tearing out the racetrack there, and it's going to be basically year-round at the new Belmont, besides going up to the Saratoga for the summer? Is that if does anybody know this? Does Todd want to chime in, or Defo? Have you heard anything of that sort?
I have not heard that.
Because I know they have the big slot facility there, the Racino at Aqueduct, and but things change, times change, and that would be unfortunate. Yes, Belmont full time, says Todd Guzato, who is a avid racetracker, part horse owner, and stuff like that. So that means say goodbye to the Big A, and say goodbye to the Onion Man. Is that where he used to ply his craft?
The hamburger guy, yeah. He would only ask you one question. In fact, he only spoke one word of English, I believe, and that was onion, onion. And that was in answer to an inquiry about whether or not you wanted onions on your hamburger, which, by the way, those were some of the best hamburgers.
That's so funny.
The Burger Beast would have loved that. I mean, they had the greatest greasy hamburgers that the Onion Man sold, probably anywhere. I mean, it was great stadium food back in the day when that was an art and not an artisan type of thing,
yep.
as we saw in evidence, because no matter how they try to dress it up at Hard Rock Stadium, the food sucks. Let's face it.
Exactly.
It's overpriced and under-delivering. I mean, in general, you could hide it any way you want. I don't know. Like I wish you had gone to that thing where they were tasting everything.
I wish they would have invited me, but obviously they
You're despised. I mean, look what you have to say about the Dolphins already.
Yeah, they're not reaching out to Mayo. It'll be like
they played
seafood.
one game. You've thrown in the towel on Mike McDaniel.
Go for the food. Forget the game. I don't know. Well, I don't know what they're charging for parking nowadays, but I think
like
even
$40,
with the
$50.
skyrocketing price of
It's
restaurant,
$100 a park at Tootsie's, but it comes with a lap dance.
Yeah, there you go.
now all I know is that between the parking there and the concession, it's better off going to a high-end restaurant. You get definitely more value. And
for the food,
I would eat before I went if I was going to pay those prices. Yeah. The funny part is like when you see the poor guy that has to pick up the check in one of those suites, and they bring out
it's like chicken fingers.
When they have the giant hoagie, I don't know. Have you ever had a piece of one of those?
No, not there.
Mayo Man, you would not be a fan of it. And then you look at what the price of the thing was, and you're like, oh my God, some guy paid $600 for that sandwich. It was almost like the price I paid at the emergency vet last night for Skippy Dog. But
I was going to ask. So you did not make it to happy hour because you had a veterinary.
I made it to happy hour.
Interesting.
But unfortunately, this Let's Eat South Florida. I mean, I'd have hammered these guys if I was the usual Let's Eat South Florida follower, because the website claimed, as I was led to believe, that the happy hour began at 4:00.
Okay.
So I figured, and at the time I didn't know I was going to have to take my dog to the vet, but so I figured, okay, I had to be somewhere by 6. So I figured, okay, I'll hang out there from 4 to about like 5:30, see what this thing's all about. I get there at 4:00, a little after, and surprisingly, like nobody's around. And there was a sign on the door that said, "We open tonight at 5."
Oh, geez.
So I had to blow that off. I still wasn't aware that I was going to have to rush the dog to the vet. And I ended up taking advantage of a good happy hour, which I've mentioned before at the farmhouse there in Boca Raton. I love the way they do their Brussels sprouts. I think they do a very unique version of it. Very tasty. The appetizer portion is enough to be like a regular entree. And I had, I think, 2 Tito's and grapefruit and more than enough to eat on the Brussels sprouts. And I think it came to $21.
Nice.
So you couldn't beat that. So it worked out well. But
That's
we're doing some
basically
kind of photo shoot at Reno's. Maybe that was the reason that they didn't open up till
had a
5.
little delay. But were they accurate? Was it indeed ladies drink free all night?
That is the case. Yeah, ladies drink free all night, but the ladies must have been well aware of it because there wasn't a single person like me, like the schmuck that I am, that showed up at 4:00 thinking, let's see. I mean, even at 74, you're still thinking, let's look around the room and see if any eyeballs catch mine. With, even the slightest bit of a gleam in their eye that I might be someone that they would be attracted to, even if you're not in the market. I mean,
I think
it's
Century
always
Village is
flattering
right.
to think that you might still be somebody that some decent looking woman considers a catch.
Well, there is always Century Village. I think there's
Oh,
one up
Jesus.
in Deerfield Beach.
My mother was always recommending I move there. This is going back 25 years, Mayo.
Or
I can
Kings
move here.
Point.
We have
I
tennis, we
like
have golf.
Kings Point up in Delray Beach. There's some very hip elders up there, and including friend of the show and friend of Let's Eat, Ellen Freed, a poker dealer extraordinaire. She lives up at Kings Point now, and she's a relatively youthful senior. And
What about John Knox Village? I mean, I
John
think
Knox
they have their own
never heard- I
culinary
never heard of
offerings also. John Knox.
I know
Yes,
King Point. I
they
know
do.
Country.
Meanwhile, you've got in front of you some of the fine culinary offerings at Ten Palms
Sushi's
Gulfstream
great.
Park.
It really is.
And we're going to be visiting with Joe Beja later. He's going to be talking about next week. It's going to be a big, another one of the Taste at the Track events.
You and Ken.
Bourbon and barbecue. I am hoping I am off injured reserve by then because I hopefully will be making my return to drinking and gambling next weekend at Gulfstream. Next Saturday, the 20th, is the date. We'll get with all the details from Joe, but you could go onto the GulfstreamPark.com website and click on the events link to get your tickets. I think there's a bunch of not many of the VIP tickets remaining, and they usually sell out all these events lately. They've been hugely popular, so that's always good. But what you got in front of you today? I see you guys went a little light with just the two of you.
Just the 2 of us, so didn't want to go too crazy. We haven't done sushi in a while. I know Defo likes
Oh,
the
no,
sushi. They do a really
like
good job
what
with
they
the
do,
sushi here, actually.
It's great.
So then went to dragon rolls, simple shrimp tempura based roll, with some avocado, and then the hot honey chickens, not Nashville hot,
Right.
hot honey chicken sliders, which it's a sweet heat. It's not supposed to have a ton of heat, so don't get confused. It's not a Nashville chicken slider. It's a hot honey chicken slider, which we like and we haven't had in a while. So it went nice and light. Tipo had his chicken with the feta, ready to roll here on this Friday.
Well, you guys enjoy that. I've had very little appetite, and like I said, every time I got on the scale a couple of times this week, and the numbers keep going down because I am not. Just I guess staying away from the show for a few days is good for my weight, and then with the COVID, I just have not been eating very much. I have been chugging tea by the gallon, and today I'm having it out of the mug. This is a self-portrait of my daughter when she was in 2nd grade. They made them do little sketches, and then they put it on various merchandise, including mugs. It was a fundraiser for her school. And I don't know. I guess, she's a better sketch artist than a certain president now. At least she didn't have any kind of squiggly lines. But thank you, Natalia, for this mug. I'm thinking of her as I sip my hot tea with honey and, trying to nurse myself back to health. It is a little annoying. I'm not a very good sick person, even though I'm a hypochondriac. I tend to just wallow in my misery, and I don't know whether I should go out and try to take a walk because I feel like I have some energy, but then I'll just all of a sudden get a wave of fatigue and just want to crawl to bed. And I will start betting some horses today because, like you said, got Belmont at the Big A, Churchill is back, and Gulfstream. And don't forget, Gulfstream has live racing this time of the year, and I think they call it now, it's the Sunshine Meet, or it was the Royal Palm Meet was the summertime, And now we're into the Sunshine Meet, and that is, again, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And then later in the fall, they'll start expanding the days and getting back to 5-day-a-week racing when we get to the championship meet. And that's the end of December. But I do recommend people going out there and checking it out on a Saturday or Sunday, because not only can you avoid watching bad football teams, although they do have the games on, and you could sit at a table there with your own private TV, and you get all the different channels, whether you want to watch different racetracks or different ball games. It's all there at Ten Palms, along with the great buffet deals that they put together, including on Sunday when they have the omelet bar, the carvery, the salad bar, and the dessert bar with an ice cream sundae station too. I love the deal there for $55 plus tax and tip. You can't beat that deal, especially with the price of restaurant meals going up everywhere. It is just a fantastic deal because you get to sit there all day. And this doesn't happen at your Capitol Grills or, True Lux. You can actually win the money back that you have to spend for the final check. And there's nothing better than cashing a couple of exactas and trifectas for a couple of sticks. And then at the end of the day, you still pay your bill. And then you come home with more money in your pocket than you came with. What other experience provides that except Gulfstream? So today on the food calendar, and we will finally get to food today, the National Food Holiday Silly Calendar says it is National Chocolate Shake Day. So,
I love how specific they get.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
That's not ice cream, not shake. Chocolate shake.
Chocolate shake, yes. Like later in the week was, I don't know,
strawberry, then vanilla.
Pecan roll day, like very specific items. But today, chocolate shake. And it got me thinking, like, if you all of a sudden had a hankering for a chocolate shake. There we go, Buzz. Oh, there he is. There's our man joke. Which of the drive-through fast food establishments is tops on your list when it comes to shakes?
To me, what pops up is Steak and Shake and Sonic. Whether you like their food or you don't, they both do a really good job with like ice cream adjacent treats. They do. I know people love Dairy Queen. I just don't get to Dairy Queen often, so I'm not saying Dairy Queen doesn't do a good job. I just never get to Dairy Queen. I don't like where I live. We have
shakes. They're ice cream.
Like a decade. They had chili cheese dogs, so that was the one thing I randomly would get there. But like I never think to get ice cream there, even though I'm sure they do a good job. But Steak and Shake and Sonic was always like a go-to for Shirley and me. We go to either of those. Dairy
Queen, I mean, even when I don't have COVID, their ice cream has no flavor. I just don't detect any taste or anything with it. I do like the blizzards because that's all about the stuff that they mix in.
Yeah,
but the vanilla ice cream and the chocolate stuff itself, to me, has absolutely zero flavor. The weird part is you mentioned Steak and Shake. I really used to love. I haven't been at one in a while, but there was one up like when you would cross over from the turnpike to I-95 up in Fort Pierce. There was one that was right in between the two, and I would stop in there all the time, and I would grab a burger and a chocolate shake, and I liked the way they topped it with whipped cream and a cherry. So you're correct. They make a good chocolate shake. But do you believe that I have never once in my life been to a Sonic? I have no idea what Sonic excels in, except for the fact that everybody talks about their little small ice, right?
They have the little ice, which my wife calls a good ice. They do chili cheese tater tots that are really good randomly, and the ice cream. That's really and they have a good breakfast burrito. As weird as that is. Yeah, where you are, there's not really a Sonic. There's a Sonic in Sunrise, Tamarack. There's one right by me. By you, there's not really anything, so it would make sense. I don't know if Defo's ever had Sonic.
I had recently.
Oh, that's funny.
My trip to Las Vegas.
Oh.
Did you get a shake?
No, you know what? On my walk of life, my Vegas route down Flamingo Boulevard, I keep passing this Sonic, and I think I had mentioned around the time I came back that I found the prices on the strip there so prohibitive.
Insane, yeah.
And it was hard to just get something small to eat that you weren't paying like $50 for. So on my walk of life, I decided, and I don't like to carry anything. All I bring is the key to the house.
Mm-hmm.
I don't bring a phone. I don't do anything. I'm not one of these guys that's walking and talking or any of that stuff. I don't want to be disturbed. So I have nothing with me, but I bring enough capital. I think I brought a $20 bill to stop at Sonic, and I ended up ordering, and I wasn't familiar with this, the breakfast burrito that had sausage and eggs.
Yep, isn't that?
All right. So now this was midway through my walk. So I'm going to walk 2 miles back carrying this bag of 2 breakfast burritos, which came to a total of less than $8.
Nice.
And sure enough, they were still warm the way they packaged them.
Yep.
That's
When
nice.
I got back, which would have to be 40 minutes later, to the hotel, and I have to say they were absolutely delicious.
Yep. They make a good
And,
breakfast burrito. Yep.
I ate one the morning that I brought them back, and I still had another one that I snacked on for the next day or so, which substituted for the fact that you couldn't buy anything small at a reasonable price to eat while you were at Caesar's Palace or the Nobu Hotel where I was. So I'd give it a giant thumbs up for their breakfast burrito.
They
I think
say-
it was
All right,
one of the
well,
best things I've had.
They do a
Next
really weird, but they do a good breakfast burrito.
Next time I go to Tallahassee, there are Sonics up there. I'll make it a point.
I mean, it was
stop
good.
in.
If it was indicative of the rest of the stuff they have on the menu, I would say it has to be like a
The,
very
the chili
favorable place,
cheese
yeah.
tots, the sausage, egg, and cheese burrito, and the shakes are literally and the coney dog's fine.
I want to try
Like
a
Mad
shake
Dog.
at Sonic, and
Yeah.
then they also have Whataburger up in Tallahassee.
Whataburgers aside, see, I'm weird about Whataburger because I went to school in Tallahassee, so Whataburger was there before I ever had In-N-Out. So you would think I would lean Whataburger, but I like the animal style that's In-N-Out way more than
We're
Whataburger.
talking
but-
chocolate shakes now, so I just
Yeah, I don't know.
want
I've
to
never
know.
had, I will honestly say I went there a lot in my days in Tallahassee. I never had ice cream of any kind.
Did they have chocolate shakes?
I don't know. I don't remember
Okay.
people getting shakes at what you.
At
They have the
Whataburger.
really thin fries, and they do a solid job with their burgers.
The chat line is now kind of blowing up in terms of
Oh, really?
Barney likes Arby's shakes, the Jamocha shake at Arby's.
That's horrendous. The
that
Jamocha
does-
shake is so bad.
And that
I've
doesn't
never
surprise me because
never
let's face
liked
it,
shakes.
Sarnie has some pretty lowbrow to middlebrow taste.
Sarnie's-
But it's not even low
taste.
brow because we all have admitted to low
His
brow.
taste is questionable.
It's just weird. It's not
Very
about
questionable.
low brow. It's
There's
fine.
something wrong with
You
this
like
guy.
Skyline. We just sung the praises of Sonic. Like it doesn't get
they
much more low.
don't have milkshakes at the Skyline, which is I'm thankful for that because I would hate
Yeah.
to see it
It'll go
topped
right
with
through you.
a mound of cheddar cheese shredded on top of a milkshake. But some of the other ones that people are mentioning, okay, so you got the Frosty, which to me I don't like it as a thick shake.
But is that a shake? I don't think of that as a shake.
It's more of like a dessert. You need
it's
a
like ice cream.
spoon. Like that's not a straw thing.
It feels more like soft serve than it does feel like a shake.
Yeah, it's not really a shake thing. And then other people are chiming with the friendly fribbles. I used to love friendlies up in the Boston area when I went to school. There was a ton of them. The friendly fribble is an excellent liquidy, a shake.
What about
product.
your boys at Carvel, man?
Well, yeah. So now Takuzato says White Castle has thick shakes. He says don't even dare to use a straw on them. Have you ever had a shake at White Castle?
I've had the shakes after eating at White Castle. Our boy Sheldon G is a huge White Castle fan, and I happen to like. I mean, if you were going to feed me garbage,
Yes.
White Castle is in my wheelhouse. But and what was the other place? Not Circle K. What was it? Crystal Burger.
Crystal, Jesus.
Yeah,
They have-
I used to like that when I was in
They were
northern Florida
solid, but-
locations, but. Yeah, I don't know about the shakes. I don't know that I've ever gone there for a shake. Lubie and I were in White Castle when
Like
we got
3
shut
times.
out at St. Elmo's there in Indianapolis.
Yep.
And
100%.
that's like the home of White
We-
Castle.
they're like 3
headquarters, Yeah.
Well, the funny thing is, and I have a decent stomach. I'm in my my 40s now. At night, I can't really eat, but like I can eat pretty much anything, and I'm fine. I do recall eating White Castle and going, "Oh, that's something."
It tastes great going down.
It was great, and then I remember later in the room going, "Huh."
Yeah, it's
You can
one
put
of those.
grilled onions on anything, and I'll eat it. It could be on dog poop, and I would eat it. But maybe you pay the price later
It's
on.
going to pay the price. Even without the Ozempic, you're going to pay a price if you eat a sack full of the White Castle burgers. Anyway, yeah, going back to the Wayback Machine, Hojo and Howard Johnson's had great shakes. But of the current crop, obviously you mentioned Carvel, but that's more of an ice cream shop. So if once you're getting into the ice cream realm, you
But
got
there has to be like a
But-
great place for it, man.
well, there is, and
Shake Shack, like it feels like
Shake Shack
should be
is the
great.
correct answer.
I've never
Of-
had it. I haven't had it.
of the fast food joints, and they consider themselves kind of the upper echelon of
like
fast food.
like Five Guys.
The Shake Shack shake is a very good item, and I've had my share of them actually. And call me crazy, but McDonald's rejiggered their shakes, the recipe a while back, and their new latest, rendition of their chocolate shake. And again, they put whipped cream on it. It's not terrible, as I used to say. I could drink it in a pinch, like when I
Well,
have
funny,
a
I haven't done it when we were in college, and you guys talk about late nights and various late night eating. We would have hanker for a shake, and that was right when they went to the triple thick. They were doing this thing, but the triple thick shake. I can't lie, it was actually pretty solid. Like we would kill it. It's been now 20 years. I haven't had it since then, but we used to kill it. It was actually pretty good.
Well, and does Burger King make shakes? I don't think they do.
I don't know.
I've never had
Probably, but
I've never had a milkshake at a Burger King, but
No.
that's just, I guess, an oddity. But I've had a ton of them at McDonald's, so I don't even. If anybody out there, Sarni would know. Does Burger King actually make chocolate shakes for Chocolate Shake Day? But in order for the fast food type establishments, I would say Shake Shack 1, Steak and Shake 2. And probably McDonald's number 3, but because there's no White Castles nearby. All right, let's take our first break, and then Joe Beja is going to join us, and we'll catch up with him. We'll do a contest and more. But before we take the break, let's talk about Casa D'Angelo. Casa D'Angelo is the home of high quality, true Italian cuisine, and they have 3 locations, one just a stone's throw away from Gulfstream Park in Aventura. That's their newest location. Beautiful build out, indoor and outdoor spaces there, along with I believe they have the Miami Spice menu going on there. And then at the Lauderdale flagship on Federal Highway, they have a dine out deal going also through the end of the month. And then, of course, in Boca Raton, Chef Ricky, they always do a great job. Fantastic food, great service, and unbelievable wine program there. Go check it out. And they also have wine dinners upcoming. And if you want to make a reservation for one of those or just for a standard dinner, go online to casa-d-angelo.com and make your reservation today. It is unparalleled quality at definitely affordable prices, because when you are getting that type of quality, it is worth what you're paying. All right, let's take our first break, and we'll come back with more at Gulfstream Ten Palms after these words.
Hey, Lunchbox fans, is it time to sell your business? You've poured your heart and soul into your restaurant or business, and you want to see continue the legacy you have built. Transworld can help. Call me, Andy Cagnetta, at Transworld Business Advisors right now and see if it's time for you to retire and relax. Iconic brands like the Mai Kai, Mulligans, Carlos and Pepe's, Mangoes, and many more turn to Transworld to help sell. Contact Transworld on Facebook or call 954-772-1122 or visit tworld.com. Again, that's 954-772-1122 or tworld.com.
When I'm looking for some wicked good food for a wicked good lunch, there's only one place to go. That's Wicked Cheesesteaks in Fort Lauderdale. It's at 4824 North Federal Highway, just south of Commercial Boulevard and across from Holy Cross Hospital. My friend Brian there, he will hook you up with some really tasty treats. They've got cheesesteaks just like the best you can find in Philly, along with lobster rolls, because that's where he's from, Maine originally. And they have wings and pizza and everything you want to have a really good time. Wicked Cheesesteaks. They're open every day but Tuesday. Check them out online, wickedcheesesteaks.com. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. Guess who's back and better than ever? Juan's. For the best in classic old school Chinese cuisine, a family-run South Florida favorite since 1966. It's at 664 North Federal Highway in Fort Lauderdale, open every day but Tuesday for lunch and dinner. Chef Alex is carrying on the family tradition that started 4 generations ago. It used to be known as Christina Juan's Mandarin House, and you're going to love it as Juan's. They've got all your favorites: wonton soup, spare ribs, egg rolls, dumplings, Peking duck, and more. Combo lunch specials daily and takeout and delivery. For more information, go to their Instagram page at juans.fl. If you're looking for a great place for steaks, seafood, and more, go to Tropical Acres Steakhouse and Butcher Shop. It's at 2500 Griffin Road in Dania, just west of I-95 and the airport. They've been there a long time, since 1949. That means they're doing something right. You'll get old school hospitality from the Studiali family, along with great value, tremendous service. Of course, you could also go into the bar for happy hour every day, 4 to 6, and they have great value all night long. Also, a butcher shop that's open every day from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. except Sunday. The dining room is open every day at 4:30 except Sunday. Go to Tropical Acres. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. A tradition for South Florida sports fans for more than 30 years. Shenanigans. It's at 1300 South Federal Highway in Dania Beach, the place to go for all your favorite teams and events and food that's not your ordinary sports bar fare. Award-winning wings, burgers, fresh fish, and more, TV screens galore, and all-day happy hour specials. The kitchen and bar are open into the wee hours, perfect for late-night bites and very close to the airport. For playoff action, football season, and a good time anytime, Shenanigans. Looking for inspired comfort food in a cozy setting? Blue Collar in Miami is the place to go. Located at 6789 Biscayne Boulevard, it moved to bigger digs a year ago, now has full liquor, and still features all your old favorites from chef owner Danny Surfer. Fantastic burgers, the braise of the day, and the city's best key lime pie. And the summer specials are sizzling. Miami Spice menu in August, September, and drink specials every day. Open daily with weekend brunch. For reservations and information, go to bluecollarmiami.com. All right, we're back on the Lunchbox. And look who's here, right on cue, Joe Beja, the awesome executive director of hospitality at Gulfstream Park. It is a Friday fun day. And look what I found on National Chocolate Shake Day. We were having a discussion about where do you find your favorite chocolate shakes, either at a fast food restaurant or maybe a local ice cream parlor. We were having that discussion, Joe. And I found on the cover of the old Showtime magazine, which used to be published on Fridays by the Sun Sentinel. This was my farewell piece at the Sun Sentinel after 31 years and after like 6 as the food critic. My farewell piece included a shot of me sucking on a Shake Shack shake at the Aventura Mall that one of our photographers snapped a picture. So there I am. And how do I look compared to then? Yeah, kind of the same. So,
Yeah, same.
that was... Yeah, that was when I was, well, I don't even know. I have, they must have taken that picture early in my tenure as food critic. I think it actually was like in 2017 before I ballooned up to my post-critic weight. Joe, how are you this week?
Great. We're doing great.
Yeah, that is good to hear. I am suffering a little bit of a bout of the, it's COVID. COVID's back. And, it's fine. I'm just definitely jugging tea, and I'm trying to get healthy, for what? Because we are 8 days out from the next Taste at the Track, and I'm sure I'm going to be fine and off the injured reserve list by then. But what do we got coming up next week, Joe?
Well, if you're still just a slight bit under the weather, whiskey's always good in my opinion. So, but going on to next week, of course, we have our bourbon and barbecue event. So our next in the series, in our Taste of the Track series, will be in 8 days, a week from tomorrow on Saturday, September 20th. Tickets are still available on our website. If you'll go to www.gulfstreampark.com, you will be able to access VIP tickets and GA tickets, and the VIP tickets will get you in at 12 o'clock and get you an extra hour of some select bourbons, single barrels, etc. There's a few of them of the participating bourbons that are bringing 1 or 2 bottles of some very high-end stuff that'll be available in the first hour. Plus, you'll get earlier access to tables closer to the window. And I am not guaranteeing you a table on the window, but if you get there the first hour, you could be amongst the people that are in the first or second row. And the price is $85 per person. If you want to do the 3-hour general admission ticket, it is $60 per person. Again, just a
ridiculous deal.
Great deal.
Where you're going to drink all the bourbon and have all the food you want for $60 for 3 hours.
And you'll get a taste. The reality is, Joe does such a great job. And they've always done a good job here, but when they used to hold in the other place, it did get a little bit like Black Friday. But since Joe's moved it into the Flamingo Room and it's like wide open,
yes,
you'll get a table, you'll get somewhere to sit. So either the VIP or the GA is a ridiculous deal.
They do a great job, no matter what the theme is, and the bourbon barbecue is one of the most popular and one of my favorites, and I know Ken the Professor will be
Lovely.
joining us too. But I know we've talked a lot about the bourbons over the last few weeks, but I also know that finally there is a menu. You sent it to me earlier this week, and
Yes.
what do we got in store in terms of the barbecue part of the equation?
Okay. The paperwork I brought today is not broken down by table, but we'll go
Okay.
through the various
Well,
items.
just give an overview. Yeah.
Yeah, and then the bourbons, I actually have the cocktails per bourbon as well. So we will be serving brown sugar bourbon candied bacon skewers.
Ooh.
There'll be a kielbasa slider with sweet grilled onions and sauerkraut.
Yes. Yes.
Nice.
Perfect
Nice.
for fall.
That's new.
the
That's different.
Octoberfest.
Nice.
That's new. Something
That's
different.
nice. I like that.
And we'll have smoked honey barbecue pig wings, so
Ooh.
pork wings, Nashville hot barbecue chicken biscuits,
Ooh.
killer
Chicken
hog,
biscuits.
yeah, killer
Ooh.
hog pulled pork nachos with a spicy bourbon barbecue. We will be doing smoked atomic buffalo shots, which is a jalapeno stuffed with cream cheese, smoked sausage, wrapped in bacon.
Oh, interesting.
We will be doing barbecue grilled oysters
Ooh.
with chipotle bourbon butter.
Really?
And then, yep.
Wow, you're going
That's
for it.
something.
That's something
Jason's
different.
not messing around.
That's
Not
something
Rocky
different.
Mountain oysters. We're talking about like real
no.
oysters from the sea. Okay, good.
Yes, we are. Something different at the urging of our boss.
Okay.
So anyway, and then we'll also be doing whole barbecue beef steam ship around. I mean, I saw those things in our cooler the other
That
day.
sounds
It's like an
ridiculous.
80-pounder
Oh my god.
that's going to be going out there. And then the St. Louis style barbecue spare ribs, smoked
Nice.
sausage, the cedar plank, hot smoked salmon, and then of course the I like to call it the grazing table, but that buffet table in the middle has all the accoutrements like the smoked baked beans and the potato salad and pimento back mac and cheese.
Mac and cheese.
Will all be
Oh, good. I
available.
Gotta
love
have
it.
the
Oh,
mac
that
and
mac and cheese is
cheese.
ridiculous.
Yes.
All right, so let me just stop you for a second. So my Alabama white sauce didn't make the cut.
It's in there. I'm sorry,
Oh, it
it's
is.
not
Okay.
listed on the side, but I think it is.
He always has. Yeah.
I think it is
Jason always
going
has
with the smoked honey barbecue pig wings or one of those.
Oh, okay.
Mm.
Good.
But it-
Because
it
I was
is
going to
on
come anyway, but I'm definitely wanted to have the white sauce is a
Excuse me.
oh, bless you. I hope I hope I'm not infectious through the screen there, Joe.
Oh, God forbid.
Please. But now I'm very curious about the steamship beef. Is this like a take on a Baltimore pit beef thing, or what's the barbecue sauce slathered around that? Describe this.
That's going to be marinated and slathered around it as well. So I'm not sure if you're going to do it pit beef style over that type of a spit kind of a thing, but Chef Jason has an idea on this. Something
No, his
different.
classic.
I'm
Something
intrigued.
different. Something different other than brisket.
Good, because I always liked that you guys come up with new wrinkles.
I love that.
That sounds
You also wanted it to be more of also like an action carving station too. Sometimes, with brisket, it always seems to come pre-sliced, or we always pre-slice and so forth. This gives us an opportunity to slice it in front of the guests and serve.
Yeah.
Who knows? Knowing Chef Jason, will probably be him behind there.
Yeah, I
just
was
like
gonna
it
say
was,
he'll be there.
just like it was with the pig for
Yep.
Taste of Havana. So
that's great. I always love the way that you have these action stations because
Yep.
when I hear about action stations, it makes me feel like I'm exercising when I'm eating, actually burning some calories instead of just shoveling them in, consuming them. But that's that sounds great. And then of course you've got all the libations lined up, and
we do.
Oh, the whiskey. Oh,
we
my
have some
God.
great names. Jack Daniels will be here with the
Nice.
traditional Jack and Coke. Woodford
that's my
Reserve will
favorite
be
drink.
here with what they call the Woodford Spire,
Nice.
which is lemon, cranberry, and a lemon twist. Old Forester is going to do a peach old fashioned.
Mm.
Wilderness Trail,
That's
which
nice.
is from Wild Turkey, is doing a whiskey sour. Amador Whiskey, which is based out of California, San Francisco area, is doing a whiskey smash. Bibb and Tucker is doing a Gold Rush.
Ooh.
nice.
Whistle
I like
Pig.
Babe and Tucker. Yeah.
Yeah,
Whistle Pig's
Whistle
legit.
Pig will be doing a maple old fashioned
Oh, nice.
out of their barrel. And then Elijah Craig will be doing the horse feather. Jefferson's small batch bourbon will be here doing what they call a bourbon revival.
Okay.
And then we'll be doing Bullet. We'll be doing a ginger mint julep. Angel's Envy will be doing what they call a peach smash, which is a peach syrup,
I like those.
lemon juice, and a sparkling lemonade.
Yep.
And Woodinville will be doing a horse arrow, which is a raspberry puree and simple syrup and lemonade. And last will be Stone Street. We'll be doing the classic Bramble.
Nice. All right. Well, that is for all the brown liquor aficionados out there, and I'm one of them. I'm looking forward to sampling the full array of both the pre-batch cocktails and some of those, just
Yeah, they'll let
straight up
you usually try it.
tastings that you could get under the VIP package. Where are you at in terms of how close to being sold out on the VIP tickets? Because
We still have available organically. We've sold just over 100 tickets right now with 8 days to go.
Yeah,
But
so over a week.
the last week is always
Yep,
the big
especially
push.
midsummer, yeah.
So we'll be doing more, obviously, Instagram and social media.
Nice.
We haven't done any of that realistically. Right now, it's just been people going onto our website that
That's
have
great.
followed these events and just bought tickets in advance. So the next 8 days will be the email blasts and the Instagram posts.
I'm
and
sure it'll be a sellout by the time we get there,
Yeah,
rain
you
or
guys will
shine.
really enjoy it, and
Yeah.
it's always not only enjoyable the bourbon and barbecue, but the fact that Jason always, like, even if you've been to like 5 of them, there's always new wrinkles, and even the whiskeys. There's always I don't remember a lot of those drinks, so like the cocktails are different. And again, when it comes to whiskey, I know there are a lot of people, especially like when it comes to barbecue, that they're traditionalists. They will, for the most part, even GA during the GA hours, they'll let you usually try.
Yeah, if they have
whiskey
any remaining,
and
yeah.
a cocktail. So
if it's left over, if it's remaining from the VIP, it goes until the bottle goes.
they're usually pretty good
So-
about it. Like, because again, most people want to try the cocktails. The cocktails is what's different. So usually, again, you whiskey aficionados, you should be able to get your straight whiskeys if you want it. These are always so fun, and I do like that. Even when you do the same themes, you guys always do pivot and try different things.
And it's funny, Joe, because obviously on the Let's Eat South Florida group, now almost 214,000 strong. One of the overriding themes lately, and it's true, is just the high price of everything. Whether you're going to a grocery store, supermarket, or a restaurant, it's getting expensive out there. But I have never seen or heard anybody complain about the value at Ten Palms or these Taste of the Track events, because nobody could actually. How could anybody in good conscience, if you go out there and you spend the whole day, whether it's at a Sunday buffet brunch at Ten Palms or one of these Saturday Taste at the Tracks, you're getting your money's worth. I mean, it's a fantastic deal, and you get a fun day of racing to boot. So it's I highly recommend it for everybody, even if you've never been to the track before and you don't know a horse's tail from a horse's head. So.
But this is for you. This is the thing, because like my wife Val, I know her family leans that way, but it's not like they're you. And her like whenever they come, they get really. It's not just the food, because I'm not gonna lie to you. I focus on the food and the drinks. They're always like, oh, there's a race. Yes. Like it's a great way of dipping your toe into the racing world and still getting great food and drink.
And you're still giving out the free program and a $2 voucher for
that is correct.
Guests.
Nice. I was just about to mention that. So if you never bet before, you're not even losing your own money, so to speak. You're getting a $2 betting voucher, and just pick a winner.
And it's fun. Like the first time I ever went to a racetrack at Aqueduct, I went with $20 in my pocket, and I came home with 142, and the rest was history. Maybe I shouldn't have won the first time, but it's been a lifetime of a lot of fun days at the track. All right, Joe, we're going to take our second break. You want to stick around for the contest?
Sure. Absolutely.
Yeah, okay. Well, let's do that then. Let's take the second break, and we'll be back with more on the Lunchbox after these words. When people ask me about the best restaurants in South Florida, Casa d'Angelo is always at the top of my list. First-class dining, top-flight service, elegant atmosphere, and chef-founder Angelo Ilia is legendary. The flagship in Fort Lauderdale has been serving the finest Italian cuisine since 1997, with other locations in Boca Raton and Aventura. As Angelo himself says, they have an unwavering commitment to unparalleled quality with meticulous attention to details. It's so good, with house-made pastas, pristine seafood, unique meats like elk chops and bison, and seasonal specialties including fragrant fresh truffles from Italy. All locations open 7 days for dinner. Reservations recommended. For a special occasion or any occasion, Casa d'Angelo. Tell them Mike Mayo sent you. Hey, it's Mayo for Gilbert's 17th Street Grill. You know me, I love family-run places with quality food at fair prices served with passion and pride. And that's why I love Gilbert's. For more than a decade, Lenore, Beth, and Richie Gilbert have been serving up the best burgers, wings, ribs, salads, and desserts. It's a fast casual spot. Everything prepared fresh to order from an immaculate open kitchen. They're at 1821 Cordova Road in Fort Lauderdale in the Cordova Shops just south of 17th Street. open every day but Sunday. One of my favorite burgers in South Florida. Big, round, juicy pucks of 100% Angus beef, char grilled to perfection. And don't miss the sweet potato fries on the side. They're legendary. Go to Gilbert's, feast, and be happy. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. Delicious Mexican food with innovative twists. Margaritas with a medley of tongue-tingling flavors. I'm talking about Taco Craft, Taqueria, and Tequila Bar. The place to go on Taco Tuesday and every day. It's located at 510 North Federal and Highway in Fort Lauderdale, and also in Lauderdale by the Sea at Plantation Walk and Coral Springs. Taco Craft has specials every day, including bottomless drinks for a Sunday brunch, and Taco Tuesdays, including their new birria tacos with bone marrow broth. Oh, it's so good. They've even made a taco lover out of me, and they've got so much more, including fajitas, that open-faced smashed cheeseburger tortilla that's new, and a guacamole sample that's an explosion of flavors. The kitchen is open late. There's delivery and takeout. For more information, go to tacocraft.com. Tell them Mike Mayo the Lunchbox sent you. The finest quality, warm hospitality, and world-class creativity. Those are the ingredients that make Daniel's, a Florida steakhouse, a special place. Come experience the restaurant that's Michelin Guide recommended and totally Mike Mayo's Lunchbox approved, with an impressive collection of steaks, seafood, and more, like their foie gras creme brulee. Daniel's is located at 620 South Federal Highway in Fort Lauderdale, just south of the New River Tunnel, open Tuesday through Sunday for dinner. For reservations and information, go to danielssteak.com. Fresh local fish, a sophisticated setting. I'm talking about Corvina Seafood Grill. It's at 110 Plaza Real South in Boca Raton, just south of Palmetto Park Road. It's the place to go for the freshest and local seafood and fish, some of it with a Peruvian twist like their great ceviches. It's open 7 days for dinner. They also have happy hours 7 days a week. You don't want to miss it. It's a great place. CorvinaBocaRaton.com for more information and reservations. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. Same great Thai food, beautiful new location. I'm talking about Eat Thai, now in Boca Raton at 6299 North Federal Highway. Thai cuisine is having a moment, and Chef Sopanut makes some of the best in South Florida. A hip and modern spot with authentic Thai street food and some innovative twists. The spicy oxtail soup, Thai bouillabaisse, shrimp ceviche, and classic noodle dishes will wow you. And they now offer full liquor and craft cocktails too. Open every day but Tuesday for lunch and dinner. Go to eatthaiflorida.com for more information. When people come to me and say, Mike, where should I go out to eat? I got guests coming from out of town. Where should we go? Cafe Seville. That's the answer. 2768 East Oakland Park Boulevard. It's a Fort Lauderdale perennial, serving the finest in Spanish and continental cuisine in a cozy, friendly, comfortable setting. Joey Esposito and Sally, his better half, they've been running the place for a long time. It's been open since the 1980s. They got great Spanish classics like paella, shrimp with garlic sauce, and all kinds of great seafood dishes. The stuffed veal chop, oh, that's my favorite. Go to Cafe Seville. It's open every day but Sunday at 5 p.m. for dinner. Tell them that the Lunchbox Mayo and Defo sent you. If you like seafood in a comfortable setting, outdoors, even keel fish shack at the corner of A1A and Commercial Boulevard in Lauderdale by the Sea, upscale food in a down-home setting, the chef owners, Dave and Brad, do a terrific job with all the seafood classics that you want. They have the best grilled oysters in town, bang bang shrimp, lobster rolls, and deli fish specials. They also have weekend brunch Saturday and Sunday. They have deli happy hour 4 to 7, and they also have other weekly specials like mussels on Monday and oysters on Tuesday. Go to Even Keel Fish Shack and tell them that the Lunchbox sent you. Looking for a real New York slice? Check out Peter's Pizzeria, your neighborhood pizza shop. With 2 locations, 1166 North Federal Highway in Pompano Beach and 897 East Palmetto Park Road in Boca Raton. Slices, whole pies, specialty pizzas, heroes, rice balls, salads, pastas, and Mama's homemade desserts. It's New York flavor, Florida made. Originally from Long Island, Peter brings passion and pride to his pizzas. No matter where you're from, you'll feel right at home. Open every day but Monday for lunch and dinner with delivery and takeout. Place your order today at mypeters.com. All right, we're back, and it is contest time on the Lunchbox from 10 Palms. Every week we give away a Sunday brunch package for 2, thanks to Joe Beja and his great crew. And this week, I got to tell you, I love football season because it is so much easier for the tiebreakers when you just have making people pick a prediction on who's going to win by how much and what's the total points. It makes it very, very simple for tiebreaker purposes. So here we go. It is time again. You're going to email the answer to this week's restaurant trivia questions along with your horse selection for this week's Gulfstream Saturday contest race. And this week, it's going to be race number 10, numbers 1 through 13. It's a full field of claiming horses. Race 10. It's going to go off at about 5:26 p.m. And it is a mile and a 16th on the all-weather course there. And with the rainy week we had, I do see there's a couple of turf races scheduled. I don't know if they're going to stay on the turf, so that's why I decided to do the full field on the all-weather course. So again, number 1 through 13, along with the answer to the restaurant questions. And then this week's tiebreaker is Sunday's Dolphins-Patriots home opener for the Dolphins. Give me the winner, the winning margin, and the total points. Send all those to MikeMayoEats@gmail.com by noon tomorrow, Saturday, September 13th. Joe, do you have any predictions for this week's Dolphins game?
Well, I just wonder if anybody took the Colts minus 25 last night. So, gosh. I mean, I'd love to. I'm just not a Dolphins fan, so I'm glad my heart isn't in this because I'd love to see the Dolphins do a bounce back game, but I don't know. I just think there's so many things going wrong with them. I would just take the Patriots -4.
Oh, wow.
Like that.
Oh, wow.
Patriots are favored by 4 now? Is that
No. I think the Dolphins are favored by 1.5.
Oh, in that case, Joe really wants to
getting points. Yeah, you should take the Pats +3.
Yeah.
Someone will give you a really good number for that.
Oh, and how are your Giants looking?
Not much better than
better.
the not much better than the
Sorry.
Dolphins.
Now the Dolphins are favored by 2.5, so everyone's agreeing
Yeah.
with me, which would bode well for Joe. So you should take.
Just take the points. Yeah.
You know, right now the Giants season, the only excitement looks like it's going to be when does Jackson Dart come in to start, and is he going to be anything like he was in the preseason? Which of course we don't know those things, especially with the Giants O-line being like Swiss cheese. So too many injuries. Same story every year. We don't.
All right. Let's get to the restaurant. And this week, look, it's been a somber week. And for this week, we're going to mark the 24th anniversary of the 9/11 attacks with a New York eatery that should never be forgotten. And I know yesterday, it just seems again, 24 years on, and it seems like the way we came together after those days is also long in the rearview mirror. Joe, were you up there in New York?
First of all, I think I know what eatery you're going to go with. And second of all, actually, yes, I was. I was a opening banquet director at the opening of the Ritz-Carlton down in Battery Park. So I was there downtown that day. So, and I
didn't realize it.
I always tell people, I said, I'll never forget getting off the subway at Battery Park. And I mean, there really wasn't a cloud in the sky. It was like 8:00. 8-something in the morning. I had a 9 a.m. meeting, and it was such a beautiful, stunning day, and nobody would ever think otherwise what was about to unfold.
And how did you get out of it? Did you just walk?
Oh, so you were like there.
So we, I was early for a 9 a.m. meeting. Everything cooperated with the public transportation and stuff, and I'm sitting in the conference room, and it's like 5 minutes of 9, and I'm like, why am I the only one here? Because everyone I worked with was always notoriously early. And then finally someone came in and goes, oh, everyone's out back. The hotel wasn't open yet, still under construction. A few finishing pieces and stuff. And someone said, oh, everyone's out on the loading dock watching this fire at the World Trade Center. So I grabbed my cup of coffee and went out to the loading dock with everybody else. And I'm just watching this fire. And then
you saw the other plane.
The second plane.
Oh,
second
crap.
plane flew right over my head. So that
my God.
I just didn't believe what I saw, obviously, and it's something I'll never forget, obviously. And we obviously dropped my cup of coffee when we went into the hotel to get everybody out, construction workers, everybody. And then we just said, okay, get back to your loved ones somehow. We'll be in touch. No cell phones really.
So you were able to escape.
I was going to say, how was that?
Before the collapse?
Yeah, so honestly, it's funny being a lifetime New Yorker. I never really worked below Midtown. It was the first time I actually worked in downtown New York City.
Oh, wow.
So I'm just like, what am I going to do?
What the hell do I do?
I said, let me, and I look up and I said, oh, here's Broadway. Let me take Broadway straight up because it's going to take me to Times Square. And then I realized the crowds are getting thicker and I'm like, oh shoot, Broadway's taking me right to the towers. And everyone's just standing there watching everything. And I'm like, I can't stick around for this. And I'm glad I didn't because I just cut down a side road And that's when the first tower came down. I looked over my shoulder and I see the cloud of dust coming.
Oh God!
So I just took off and I got on the FDR running. I'll never forget seeing a woman.
Wow!
I'll never
Yeah,
forget
people were
seeing
just
women,
scrambling. Yeah.
kick off their heels. I saw one guy,
Because we didn't know. People thought other
Yeah.
stuff was coming.
Yeah, we thought other stuff was coming. I thought the way
I mean, if you're going after the trade center, I remember it being just that idea.
The way it sounded like now somebody was coming and dropping bombs or something like that with the building collapsing.
Falling, yeah.
So we didn't know. We just started running. I remember a guy ripping off his tool belt and leaving it behind so he can get up the FDR. We went up the FDR, and by the time we got off at the first exit, I think I was in Chinatown, and I was with a colleague, and I never forget him saying to me, "Oh my God, look at this! We only have one tower left." And the minute he said that
fell.
the other one came down.
Oh God!
And
I did not realize that you were right in
We were
the
there.
thick of it that day. And
Yeah.
let's just run through. You're right. You know which restaurant I'm going for, but
Right.
it was the restaurant on the 106th and 107th floors of the North Tower of the Twin Towers. And they were in the middle of their regular breakfast service and also hosting a corporate conference when the first plane hit below, trapping all its occupants in the unfolding horror. All told, 72 restaurant workers and 76 guests were among the 2977 victims who perished that day, not just there in New York, but around the country. Number two, the restaurant and its lounge delighted hundreds of thousands of tourists and New Yorkers with its spectacular views from the time of its 1976 opening until that fateful, awful day. One New York Times food writer later noted that at this dining room, quote, New York was the main course. And number three, the surviving executive chef, Michael Lamonaco, and the owner-operator, David Emile, and others who were not working that morning, founded a relief fund for victim families and later opened a cooperative restaurant named Colors in Midtown Manhattan that paid tribute to their former colleagues with a global menu reflecting the diversity of the staff and other victims. Again, so name that restaurant along with a horse pick of numbers 1 through 13th in the 10th race at Gulfstream and the tiebreaker pick, Dolphins Patriots margin and total score to Mike Mayo Eats at gmail.com by noon tomorrow. Joe, did you know any of the people that worked there at that restaurant?
I did not. I did have an opportunity, and I highly recommend to anyone that wants to learn about wines to purchase Kevin Zraeli's wine book by the same name of the restaurant. It's a good entry-level way to learn wines. I've met Kevin a couple of times, did some wine dinners with him, but not a true personal friend. My boss at the Ritz-Carlton South Beach, when I moved down here in 2003, lost his fiancée. She worked at Windows.
Oh, okay.
So I guess, fortunately, I always say, whenever I share my horrific details of that day, I always just say I really don't have anything to complain about because I really did not know anyone that perished that day.
Awful.
So,
and did you have meals up there? I've only ever went to the bar lounge area there, which was known as the greatest bar on earth, but I never had a full sit down meal at the restaurant.
Same, been up there for like a wine course and so forth with Kevin Zraeli.
One of those things that New Yorkers, and you'll never forget because you were there that day.
Yeah, I didn't realize wow.
That is, again, a sobering week in many ways. And but hey, it's time for the weekend, and hopefully we could move forward. Joe, thank you again. Get your tickets now for the Bourbon Barbecue.
Gulfstreampark.com.
Gulfstreampark.com. And hey, it's the weekend. Go into Tropical Acres too. They've got a great happy hour in the bar tonight from 4:30 to 6:30. Half price cocktails, all the premium brands. My Belvedere martinis for $8. You can't beat that deal. Along with the greatest prime rib and that twin lobster special. That's Monday through Friday while supplies last for $39. We love Tropical Acres, and you can also make a reservation for the Thanksgiving holiday if you need a place to go for any of the holidays. They are open on New Year's Eve and Thanksgiving Day. Tropical Acres, 954-989-2500 for your reservations. They do it the old-fashioned way there. You have to give them a call. All right, Joe, thank you for everything as usual. And you guys, Monday, I don't know where we are. I'm totally behind. I haven't scheduled anything for next week, but
get some rest and we'll work on it. We'll figure it out.
Some rest, and we'll continue the eating tour and more again on Monday. Until then, enjoy the weekend and enjoy every sandwich.
Yep.